What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Happy
Welcome.
Friday. This is the last Friday in January.
Well, listen, it feels like it's been a whole year.
Yes,
I
it
swear it's
has.
been a whole year. We just got through the month.
Okay, we just getting started and all this chaos, but listen, we gotta stay prayed up for sure. And we gotta, maintain our energy, our positive energy and the energy that we exude out. But anyway, aside from that, I am Keisha. I'm one half of the host of the Regal Mindset podcast show. Jay, go ahead.
I am Joy, the coach. I am the other half of the Regal Mindset, and we have a topic for you tonight.
Absolutely, we do. So I apologize if I keep going back and forth. I'm just trying to make sure that our Facebook pages are up and running and is smooth transition. But it is technology, so that good old Beyonce internet.
I know.
We're gonna give it to her. We don't care. Tonight we are gonna talk about buying black, right? And so I'm sure you guys have seen different influencers. One specifically comes to mind, Tabitha Brown. Go to her social media platforms in regards to her experience with the relationships that she has with some of the vendors. One of them being Target, as they have, along with other companies, removed the DEI programs and initiatives from their business structure, right? They're entitled to do so. It is, their business decision. We don't yet know and or understand why, but it appears to be driven by number 47, right? So if these conversations were happening before 47 took office, we were not in those rooms. Unfortunately, they may not have had enough diversity in those rooms that were making decisions. So you and I talked about it just briefly. What was your takeaway about her perspective in terms of how she wants to encourage us, and your perspective as a business owner who also does business with these vendors?
So, if I could, before
Mhm.
we get on Tabitha,
Sure.
I think a lot of the issue is everybody, and including most Black people, think DEI equal or equates Black, and
Gotcha.
it doesn't. They also feel that affirmative action is DEI, and it's not. The law was made for affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
That is the law that was put in place. DEI is simply the way to do things, not the actual law. So
Okay.
everybody on the powdered side is fighting affirmative action, but using in the name of DEI. And so when we really truly look at the truth of the matter, that Black people has not truly benefited from DEI, then we would not be in such panic mode. I do understand the way it's coming off,
Mm-hmm.
but the numbers don't lie. 76.1% of DEI beneficiaries are white. And the largest beneficiary of that population is white men, because they are not competent. Not all of them, but the ones I'm talking about are. They are not educated. They do not have a sense of reality in the way life is. A lot of them are entitled, and
Mm.
they utilize relationship and networking and connections as a mean of getting ahead, which is where we fail.
Mm.
We gatekeep everything.
It's called a good old boy syndrome.
Exactly. And it has worked. It's always been in place. It works. We have a president who is beyond incompetent.
Mm.
We have, but he thinks it's merit based. Like, no, it can't be. You have all of these people who he's elected that have not even seen the inside of a real office. Where is the competency?
Coach, you talking right now.
So it's like, if it's merit based, we truly ain't got nothing to worry about. But before we go back to Tabitha, I'm gonna throw this other caveat in.
Okay.
If remember Trump said they're taking black jobs. You remember that?
Yeah,
So
vaguely,
now let's think about it. Who has he started deporting? Immigrants
right?
that do a lot of the labor nobody wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
You get rid of them. Who he said was taking black jobs?
It's like a test run.
And he's pretty much saying that was our job. He said it. And we want to sit here and act like the man ain't say it. The man said they're taking black jobs. He never said they're taking white jobs. He never said they're taking American jobs. He said they're taking, he was talking about the Latinos, illegals, and immigrants are taking black jobs. So here saying we're the ones that need to be out there picking, packing lettuce and building houses. So we have to really pay attention to the words that are being spoken. The
For sure.
man said it.
Yeah.
And even with this whole crash that just happened over here in DC, how's that DEI when both pilots was white men? I pulled the numbers. FAA, 88% of pilots are white men. 78% of air traffic controllers are white men, and so forth and so on. So where is the DEI? All right. So going to Tabitha. At first, Tabitha had me in the chokehold.
Oh, okay.
If I personally purchased her product, I purchased her. It was another crash in Philly. I'm probably sure that's DEI too. So now I have purchased her seasonings. I got a couple of those up there in the cabinet. I have not purchased her hard products. However, I support Black, as you see. We buy Black all day. Now, when she got up there with that good auntie feeling, giving us them eye contacts, and we knew what she was talking about, we was ready to call in the troops. But then I understand her second perspective. It ain't gonna change my position because I wasn't a Target girl anyway. I went in there. I like Houston White. I wear his clothes, so I would go into Target and I would beeline to the men's section, see what's on the Houston White, and I would beeline out. I didn't walk around and shop.
Okay.
So I understand that we're in a predicament where we don't have the upper hand in retail to where we can have the space to support Black businesses in the way. That's my CPA. I've been thinking about you since January kicked in. I said I'm gonna give you a break to April. Yeah, that's the tax lady for life right there. So I looked at it and I said, that's where we're failing at.
Okay.
So I heard what she said, but I also heard it from a predicament of where she's trying to save her butt.
Yes.
But you've already mobilized us because we trust you as a real Black auntie.
Right.
We don't trust you like Steve Harvey Black. We don't trust you like a Snoop Dogg Black. We don't trust you like a Kanye Black. We trust you like we gonna get popped by you and it's okay, and then you're gonna fix us something to eat and tell us go to sleep. So I think that's where the disappointment came into. Don't give us the Black talk and then give us the white talk.
Gotcha.
It's not gonna work. We will still support you on your website. We will still support you in any other way. But she's bringing up a good point. We don't have anything in place. We don't have a Black Amazon, but we got a Black Twitter.
Yet.
We got a Black this, but we don't have Black platforms that makes money in the way that it does.
True.
So that's where the Buy Black situation's coming into. And February 1st is in a couple of hours, and I and my household is speaking. She's speaking from a place.
From our contract.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I know for me, personally, come February 1st, and of course, they're not celebrating African American Black History Month anymore, but
Yeah.
I'm Black every day.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
Black all day. So
Twice on
my
Friday.
money is going to be over intentionally Black in
Okay.
February. And I feel that that's the least that we can do as a community is to show strength with our finances and circulate them in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
We know we need to eat. We got Aldi's, we got Kroger's, we got Wegmans, we got stores that is not in the fight. We know we need to purchase toiletries. You still got Family Dollar, you got Dollar Tree, you got all these. So you don't need to be in Walmart. You don't need to be in Target.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could take, there's other means of getting what we need. And really, we need to taper down.
Yeah.
We don't need to be out there. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but the IRS probably, and I mean, Shanice, the money woman, can tell us the internal revenue ain't probably going to be kicking out y'all no money that quick.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all that's waiting on tax refunds, you have to prepare for that. So that's my perspective. And there's some other people that I want to bring up too that had commentary, but how do you feel about especially what Tabitha said?
Right. So I like you. I also heard when she made her post on social media that she was trying to save what little reputation she have out here on these streets, on these good Black streets, with her fan base, right? And she was trying to connect with them to so that they wouldn't totally 100% jump ship and leave her product on the shelf, which would then not allow not just her but other Black owned businesses that do and perform well in those big box stores, right? So I
Right.
heard her, or at least that's what it sounded like to me. That's what I received.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I also, and I know that you as well, have businesses or products in or on these platforms that have removed DEI, right?
Right.
As of right now, it's still too early to tell whether it's affected me and to what magnitude, right? But I
Right.
will say that I understand that perspective, but I also understand that, like you, we can support them in other ways, right? We can, and she mentioned it in her post as well. We can support her directly on her website, right? But sometimes when you go to the website, it differs, or some of the products differ based on what she can sell on her, her own platform versus what she may be able to sell through the big box stores, right? And I get that, and the same with other vendors or other contractors as well. I think that we do have to be more intentional about where we spend our dollars, not just in the month of February, all year long.
No, we should kill this whole year. We should
Absolutely.
take this whole year. We should tank them.
We have the ability to do that. Now, yes, it's going to take a little bit more research to find these resources in these places, right? Some of them may not be as close to us as we would like for convenience, but if we, buy in bulk or what have you, if it's tissue, if it's whatever that is, right? We can be more intentional about where we spend our dollars. We
Right.
can do that, and we can make a difference, I think.
We can make a difference. And
Absolutely.
Costco is our main one, but I wanted to speak on this.
Yeah.
She said indirectly suggested to buy Black at Target. She did. And I take the reason why she did is because they're not as big as her name.
Okay.
And I understood that of saying there's other people that is in Target, just like Macy's used to have a program. But Macy's, they going down. But Macy's used to have a program to where they used to let you go through as a Black business owner, small business, would let you put on their shelves. They used to do it like every 2 years. So we have to research businesses that still do that. Trader Joe's give you opportunities in there. You can go get a vendor's license to go stand up on that damn corner. So, I mean, we've hustled all our life in some way. My great grandma hustled. If your grandma was a candy lady that sold honey drippers and stuff we hustled at any means necessary. So we know how to be in spaces that's small. We know how to do it. But my thing is, we don't want to do it right. That's why we keep getting busted on stuff. We don't want to go get a peddler's license.
Right.
We don't want to go get the necessary things in order to go do business the right way. Then them powdered folks can't come and kick your stand down because you got rights, and then you can punch them in their face and let the police take them for destroying your property. You have to do things in the right way. So I understood what she said about buying black at
Mm-hmm.
Target. I'm not going to Target because I'm going to be pushed to stop by that little rack they got in the front door with all the little cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I know me. I'm going
Yeah.
to circulate and I'm going to circle that stand because for some reason I need all the little Easter eggs and all the little bun, and I don't even know why. They know how to get me.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to look in the beginning because I'm going to smell a caramel macchiato with soy, venti hot, which is going to
Mm-hmm.
make me go get my coffee and walk around and sip. So I'm not going to do it. I have to do what's best for me.
Right.
When we are like that. Plus,
Absolutely.
we have to know that we can break the chokehold. If we, and I'm going to keep saying it, the economy, and if you Google it, it says it's a social system made up of three components: need, production, and consumer. The need will never change. We're always going to need something. Production is our Walmarts. They're even if they're reselling and retailing, they're still in the production where they are producing into the stores and bringing it into our space in order for us to purchase. We have always been on the consuming end, which puts us in the buying power, but it makes us look dumb because we're not pushing our money the right way. We can flip the system just as consumers.
Yeah.
You can demand respect by messing with somebody's dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with banks. I don't know why, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down with 10 fingers. I don't know why anybody got a Bank of America account. I don't know why you got a Bank of America. I
Okay.
don't know why you're with these banks that, yeah, I don't know why you're still with Navy Federal when they're in a lawsuit about not giving mortgage loans to Black people intentionally. I don't care how good their rates are, they're not giving them to you. If you need a credit union that bad, Security Plus is a Black credit union. You got MECU. I'm talking about here in Baltimore, it's Black. And I got the American Consumer Council code. If you need to get in any credit union, I can help you do that. But there are Black banks out there. They're Black for a reason. Because if we really want to go down history, we had the issue where we couldn't get bank accounts, right? I forgot what years was, probably like in the 40s and 50s, maybe 60 time frame. They wouldn't let us get in banks. So because they wouldn't let us get in banks, we couldn't buy cars and purchase things because they didn't have a way to manage and record our monies. So that's when the whole automobile situation came about and we couldn't buy cars. So what Cadillac did as they was failing, they said there is people that has money, but because we can't verify through banks,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know that they had money. It was Black people. So
Mm-hmm.
Black people brought Cadillac back up because we bought Cadillac and it became the America's Black car.
Yeah. I saw that too.
But then when they allowed us in banks, they wouldn't insure the banks. And then when they shut down, we didn't have anything. But yet and still, Bank of America, who used to be First Union Bank, and they was Barnett Bank before that, because I used to work for them, they really never directed anything towards a consumer. They are business banks, and they want money, $500,000 or more. They don't care about your little pennies. They don't have no products for you. They don't give you student loans. They don't give you anything. So you need to bank Black. And I put a link in our chat of a list of Black banks. You got One United Bank, the world's largest national Black bank. We got a Black CEO because I bank with them. Black women staff, a woman CEO. She's a Black woman, and they have so many good products. They got business loans, startup loans. They do all of that. You got all it. You need to be so intentional that everybody feels the shift.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can just pivot that scale and show them, listen, we ain't gonna boycott. I ain't even got time for that. I'm a boycott. I ain't got to give you my money
Mm-hmm. The
because
only way we can do that is in the dollars.
that's it.
Yeah.
We can't afford no more going into restaurants, getting disrespected, and just want to put it on Facebook because They don't care anymore. They
Mm-hmm.
don't care about TikTok and somebody being rude and calling you the N-word anymore. That doesn't matter. If you walk into a place and they're rude to you, pick up and walk the hell out. Go
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah. Well,
And then on the
and
flip side, black people, get your customer service together.
yeah, well, yeah, that part too. We talked about that on another show. And I love that we're having this conversation, right? And I would encourage everybody else who's online, who's watching, to please like, comment, and share so that we can get more engagement and have a better discussion, right? There's some information that other people may know that if they're willing to share, then that will help everybody, right? So I would
Mm-hmm.
encourage or ask that you please like, click, and share so that other people can engage in the content. In addition to that, I also want to give people the facts, right? So we looked up some of the facts as you have mentioned as well. So one fact that I want to add is in 2021, Black-owned businesses generated 183.3 billion with the AB,
A big
100
B.
183.3 billion in annual revenue. I'm just going to pause right there. That's annual revenue. I'm sorry. And they employed approximately 1.4 million people. So again, as we have talked about earlier, we have the ability to shift the tables, right?
Mm-hmm.
To cause more of a disruption in this chaos that 47 is displaying and just spewing out, right?
Right.
So we have the ability there, but we have to do it in our dollars, and we have to be intentional about that.
We
Other
have to be
facts.
intentional.
Oh, absolutely. Other facts. Black-owned businesses often, some of the barriers, and I've faced them myself. I don't know if you have it as well. Some of the barriers that they face is accessing capital, right? I
Mm-hmm.
remember that not too long ago, maybe a year or so ago, there was a company that they were started because the people of color were not able to have access to capital. And then someone tried to sue them and say, well, no, you're only focusing on people of color, and that's where you guys, those are the only people that you serve. Well, that came out of a need. That came out of a need.
Mm-hmm.
That business, or they didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, we want to create this, because we have nothing else to do. That is absurd to me, how people just think. Actually, that's not it. They don't think. That's the point.
That's it. You said it. They don't think. But the reason why we operate in need, and y'all can shoot me in the comments, I don't care,
Mm-hmm.
is because we don't want to work together.
Mm.
And one thing that 47 has taught us is that they stick together. Everybody that went up before Congress or the Senate to be voted in, when they was asked the same question, did Biden win the 2020 election? Everybody had the same answer. And we need to take, okay, so one, I was working at this company. I'm not going to call them up because I just filed my paperwork at the U.S. court against them. So,
Okay.
I will sue in 2 seconds. I don't care.
No hands down.
No hands down. So I met with the CEO, wonderful woman. I'm sorry that I had to put her involved in her company's mess. Wonderful woman, but she told me something because I Googled her on LinkedIn and stuff like that, and I asked her. I said, "You have a liberal arts degree. How did you become the CEO of this company?"
Mm.
And she said, she started laughing. She said, "Yeah, my dad passed away suddenly. We was going to sell it, and then something happened and people just told us to keep it." And she said, "I don't know how to run, a business, blah, blah." So we began talking about it. And she said, it's several of us in the area that meets monthly, several business owners, and we talk, discuss business strategies. We even come together, and if somebody needs help, we'll help them. And then, of course, so they share their resources. Black folk, what if we shared our resources? If you were willing to come into a forum, a safe forum, where you're a prospering business or up and coming, and we're coming in with these ideas, a think tank, all of that good stuff, and put our monies together to say, okay, let's start with 6 grocery stores. We need Black-owned grocery stores. We can do it. This is what we need to do. Here go the plan. You give 10,000 or 20,000, whatever the amount is, everybody come together. This is how we're going to split the profits. Go around the table, get these things that establish business. Jewish people do it all the time. Over here in Baltimore, what they have is, what they call that thing? They got the Korean markets. Now, I love a good hot pot and I love a good honey pig where I go to the Korean barbecue, but they have dominated neighborhoods. And there's one lady whose face on all of the pictures. She has 4 grocery stores within the same area. And you know, they don't even say nothing to you. She got restaurants, everything, but they eat their own food. They shop their own grocery stores. They do everything. They buy their own cars. They do everything. Jewish people got their own hospitals. What's wrong with us? Because we don't want to work together because we don't want nobody else to get ahead. But when you get the right mindset of knowing that your wealth is your wealth is your wealth, and me helping you and you helping me don't have nothing, you're not losing by doing that. Then we can start making things stronger. Because me personally, I do good business. So I'm not going to partner with somebody who take pictures on Rolls Royces with big chains and Ferraris and tell me we're going to come in and do a credit sweep. No, you're going to get me in trouble. And I'm not going to participate in that. But if you're doing real business, let's do real business together. And we need these type of communities and community figures to orchestrate and to navigate these, because everybody's skill set is different. That's what we're missing. That's why we can't be safe when we don't trust each other. And that's a damn shame. Same thing what happened with Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street worked together, but fear, and of course, white people burned it down, but fear did not allow them to rebuild. We don't operate in fear no more. You pop up in my face, I'm popping you back. And we both just gonna go down. So at the end of the day, this is an opportunity for us to do a wealth transfer. Like you said, immediately. Shift that scale. Seek out Black businesses that's doing good business. We eat too much not to go support all these Black restaurants.
For sure. And they out there.
They out there. Now, Candy, I ain't coming out there to sit for 3 hours for no Southern peach drink, even though it's good. I'm not coming out there for 3 hours. So we're going to have to do better.
I got you. Well, listen, so Keisha Green, I had to look at it a couple times. I was like, how am I typing here? I didn't even see the R. I was really tripping. I was like, what is going on? But Keisha Green, she had a couple comments I want to kind of go back to. So she has a wealth building, trading, and investment group that she starts with the $500, and they build it for the entire year. Sounds like she has a lot of good comments that she's been that I'm trying to highlight all of them so that everybody can take a look. Is it okay that we reach out to you, Keisha? I don't want to put you on the spot. Keisha's thinking like, absolutely. So before she responds to that, I also wanted to say, so I talked earlier about a particular incident where the business was being sued because basically affirmative action. They were stating that what and how they were handling business was out of order, or so on and so forth. And so she said, yes, we can contact her. So Keisha Green is in the comments right now. Connect with her.
Okay.
Right now. Go follow her right now. Go connect with her. I apologize if they ran your inbox, but we need to connect with her. But it was the Fearless Fund, and they were a venture capital group that they provide grants exclusively to Black women entrepreneurs.
You said Fearless? Can we put that in the chat?
Fund.
like
Yep, I sure will.
FEARLESS.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and I saw them because they were in the news. So when I post in the chat, Jay, it's only going to the YouTube for some reason because I
Oh,
can't.
okay. Well, we'll put it out there. We'll put
But
the
yeah,
link on the
but it
page.
was the
Okay.
fearless fun. So to make my point is, uh, people get mad when you start treating them like they treat you.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy to me. That is just crazy to me.
That's
So
that gaslighting. You're like,
okay, it's called the Fearless Fund, right? It's a venture
mhm.
capital group, and they were being sued because, again, they exclusively give grants and funding to Black women. And
So
so
what you mad
the
for?
powder group, as you mentioned earlier,
What you mad
in
for?
their feelings, right? And it is what it is, but that's neither here nor there. It just boggles my mind again when you start treating people how they treat you, and then they got a problem with it.
They got a problem with it. It's cool when you do it, but it's a
Okay,
problem when I do it.
right? We peep and you show us the game, and then now we master the game. Now you mad?
So we have another question by our brother Will.
Yeah,
He
well,
says, "What is your suggestion for the Black-owned businesses that don't consistently give good service? Close down."
so we talked about that too, and I'm gonna tell you what I think. Right, this is my experience and my personal opinion about it. Right, what I think is that at the very least, depending on how you feel, if you can give that person, perhaps an owner, a member of management, their feedback, because we have to give them the opportunity to correct themselves, right? Outside of that, if you choose to frequent that establishment again and nothing has changed, I would no longer shop there. I would no longer eat there. I would no longer visit there. I can't keep giving you my money and you treat me like
Right.
we all
We've
know
been through
we
that
fill in the
enough.
blanks. Yeah, yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
mean, back then when they used to go into white establishment, what you want, gal, and you didn't have no choice
Ah,
but to buy. I have choice, and I don't care if that choice is $20
huh.
or that choice is $100,000. I have a choice,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, I believe in my spiritual standing that
Mm-hmm.
you do reap what you sow. So
Mm.
you're not going to have success if you continue to be the way that you are. Now, everybody want to call it the Keith Lee effect, but we know what happened to that woman when Keith Lee said, "Give them this money out of this tip money." And that woman kept that money, and what happened? She lost her business. At the end of the day, people need to do right by people.
Sure.
You do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. If you want to have a good business, I don't care. All of the most successful businesses live off of the same code. You do right. There's not have been a business that do people dirty that lasts for extremely long times. And we have to say that because Walmart taking a hit, their stock's been going down.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to see at the end of the day that they're going to reap exactly what they sow. But they also build in principle. Now, let me
Mm-hmm.
back up what I'm saying. Giving is a principle that every person that's in a high financial level tells you you have to give. So whether you give into charities, give into your church, whatever, that is a law, and that does cover you from a lot of stuff. It's a principle, it's a law. We can't get it's universal.
Yeah. Can't be scared to give
You
either.
can't be scared to give. So they're covered in a lot of ways. However, you still suffer consequences when you do people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that they really take into account that just because Trump is in office now and you're doing all of this, we just in January, we don't know. They might kick everybody out the White House on February, and then you really showed us your true colors, Target. And then even if we last this entire 4 years, what you think gonna happen after 4 years? Do
They're
you
gonna be
really think we're gonna be thinking about you?
they're gonna be in the same line as Big Lot.
They're gonna be we came. Oh, I love big lots. Oh my God, that is they're gonna be like Kmart.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, Kmart
yeah,
got sucked up,
yeah,
sucked right on
yeah,
up.
yeah. As they should. But
Oh
listen,
God, I
you're
love big
absolutely right.
lots.
Listen, it's a consequence when you
It's a
choose
consequence. It's a
the wrong
consequence.
person.
But we as a community, we have realtors because Will is a realtor. My wife is a realtor.
Yeah.
We have loan officers. We have so much in our community that we need to reach out to. Even when you're buying a house, I would first find a black title company. I would find a black appraiser. I would find black everything. Even though my real estate agent was dumb at the time, she was still black.
I hope she ain't watching.
I hope she is because she was dumb.
Well, listen. So aside from your realtor, there are there are some really good businesses that perform really well, right? So those are the ones that we want to highlight and share.
Mhm.
Right now, and I'm bad at this, or I have been bad at this, right? Sometimes I don't want to share my spots because I don't want them crowded and taken over. So when I go, try to get out or what have you, then everybody outside now they stole my spot. So, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna remove that from my spirit, and I'm gonna share the spots that I like, that are good, that are black owned. So
See, you
I am
acting like
making
a fisherman. We don't share our spots, so we gatekeep those. So that's where you acting right now.
okay. Sometimes you gotta do that. I mean, you don't want nobody to blow up the spot, then everybody be there. Then you can't even get a piece of a fish in the shrimps. Like, come on now. Mm-mm. I just I
I
just
like
can't do
it.
it. I'm not doing it. But
It's
I
the
am going to
honesty.
change my ways because I want it to be a more well-rounded, more loving, more regal-minded environment. That's the tone I'm going to set.
Mhm.
It makes the price go up. Oh, listen, Will, you absolutely right, bro. Absolutely. They start
Right.
feeling themselves. Oh, we could charge $20 for this
But see, and then
$16
that's where
fish.
you're gonna get chopped back down because you need to be competitive. I'm a principal person.
Okay.
If I drive across town to get some food and it's $20 and
Mm-hmm.
you show your ass, I know it's another. I would drive to the next place and waste more time, spend money in gas, and probably pay more for that food just to prove a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm that. I'm that. So
Yeah.
listen, I'm listen.
I just take a picture of it and put it on Facebook.
Right.
Do not code it.
And you still can use reviews. People still follow reviews.
Yeah, yeah. Yelp is real.
And even black hotels and resorts. Now, granted, they expensive, but they nice.
Yeah.
They're worth the money.
Uh-huh.
You got black liquors, spirits, black. Listen, we're everywhere,
Yeah.
and we don't recognize our own existence.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely right.
We are everywhere, and when now Louis Vuitton they stay in they stance because they know black people is gonna wear the hell out of Louis, so they ain't really moved their position. Because I was about to talk about them, so I'm gonna hold them off real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
But you still got Uncle Nearest. You
Yeah.
got I got the three boroughs. This lady they call it, they play off three brothers, but it's
Yeah.
three boroughs. I got a lot of black. I got this gay one. What's her name? Foudre.
Okay.
It's a and her vodka is good.
Okay.
Oh
It,
my
it
god.
looks like it. You're really excited right there.
I really did. I'm really
Yeah.
excited because when I go to the festivals and stuff,
Uh-huh.
I walk around. I typically am a little tipsy, but I walk around, but I purposely go to the black stands. Call me
Okay.
what you want.
Okay.
I go to the black stands and I go to the women's stands. I go
Okay.
black first. I say, "Is this yours?" They say, "Oh no, I'm just representing the company." Okay, but if they're black, I put on my little checkoff list. And me and my frat, we went to the one in Washington. We said we buying them. We buying them. And we bought all of the black people ones because why
Mm-hmm.
not? I,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they selling theirs good for you too, but
Mm-hmm.
we're buying theirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they have some LGBT there. The one that did the Kamala Harris bourbon. I got one of those. They were there. I bought it too. Like we have to be intentional. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, I want to pivot right there, right? So, because we got a
Mm.
few moments left, and I want to call a couple people to the carpet. I'm gonna look right here in the camera.
Come on, call them.
Okay. I'm gonna say your name out loud. If this is you, step to the front.
Come on to the principal's office.
Okay. Snoop Dogg,
Raggedy,
Nelly,
raggedy.
Rick Rick Ross
I'm really
come to
hurt
the front
about
of the
him.
platform. Now listen. This is my thought about why or them accepting their invitation from 47 to come perform, right? So I'm gonna segue just slightly, but it is about black dollars, right? In a roundabout way, indirectly. Me personally, there's nothing that 47 could have offered to me for me to accept this invitation, only because all money ain't good money. And
Possible.
I don't want that bad juju to follow me in my spirit, next to me, connected to me. I don't want somebody to pull my name up 50 years from now and say, "Oh, yeah, you performed at Homeboy." Yeah, nah, I'm cool. I don't understand that, right? I get business is business and money is green. I understand that. But for me, it's a principle and I just can't do it. What you think?
The fact that Snoop in 2017 called everybody a coon who who did anything for Trump, and then you turned around and did the same thing. You have a wife, daughters, sons, and you didn't care how this man feel about them for you to be there. But I want to back up on Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm partial with Rick Ross.
Okay.
The reason is because one thing Rick Ross has put out there and a lot of people ain't paid attention to, he said, stop going to Shark Tank. Come to me with your ideas. Let me fund you. So this was way before he did all of this.
Mm-hmm.
He has offered and put out in the community. I ain't seen Snoop do that when Snoop went, because one thing I have seen lately is some Skechers commercials, those Snoop shoes. I have seen that lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't never seen that before. So I don't see Snoop other than starting a football team because he know he was going to get all them little white boys on it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because he put all the money towards the son football team.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him do anything, but at least Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if he upholding. Now, if he upholding, I'll come back on here and say I don't like him either. But I'm 50-50 only because I'm definitely I don't like the fact that you supported him, but I do like the fact that you opened up your money to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we still trying to get our black asses on Shark Tank. But he has said out his mouth, stop taking your ideas to Shark Tank. Let me fund your business, your ideas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and I can respect that, right? But at the end of the day, it's still for me. Just this is my perspective, right? You guys can leave your comments in the comment section, and we would love to hear it, right, from your perspective. I just can't rock with you. I cannot rock with you if you for whatever reason chose this man's dollars, right? And the reason he offered because he knew you would take it.
He knew you would take it.
He knew he could buy you as representation, counting on other people that look like us, support them as artists, and just go along. Like that is.
But and Beyonce, Blue Ivy got more money than y'all do. I'm just gonna put that out there. But you see where she went, win, lose, or draw. Right? Win, lose, or draw. Beyonce was still there.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to, it's like, and I know it may not be this extreme to some people.
Yeah.
But just like that white woman who lied on Emmett Till, you're going to have to live with this.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That you made a decision no matter, because the money ain't going to last that long.
Okay.
But you made a decision to betray your own ancestors, your own, these people, their heritage told you wasn't nothing. They tell you was nothing. They tell your family, your mama, your daddy, they were nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you went up there,
Perform for matter.
you're nothing. And then you're on the social media trying to justify your manhood. You just therefore just told us you was nothing. So I'm still a black man, not in our eyes.
Listen,
You literally jigaboo.
I want to
You
see the list who
literally
turned them down. That's the list I want to see. Because
even Carrie
they weren't the
Underwood
only
said
one.
she regretted. And I'm like, yeah, did you? And I ain't even listening to you.
You talking about Chrisette?
No, Carrie Underwood.
Oh, Carrie
She
Underwood.
sung, yeah, she sung. She said she regretting it. I mean, even what's the man Bad Bunny? You need to regret it. They shipping all y'all back.
Listen.
They had a plane full with Ecuadorians today. They done went after the Jamaicans.
Mm.
Now I got something to say about that. I listen. I know we the same color on some instances.
Yeah.
But you know, Jamaicans act like Africans towards us.
Uh-huh.
They quick to say, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. And y'all treat us like trash too.
So fine.
So I mean, I ain't happy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I ain't running to the airport trying to see what's going on either.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Keisha. I love you, but you know how, because I used to have a Jamaican manager, and he would tell you all day, and he treated us. Well, he didn't treat me like that because I used to cuss his black ass out. He treated the other guys in the warehouse. He treated them like they wasn't nothing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, you know, you black. I'm not black. I'm like, okay. Well, he didn't. But I support you, Keisha. No, he wasn't gay.
Man, but yeah, so I just wanted to talk about them because I mean, like I said, it really hurt and disturbed my spirit that they and you know
It
what,
hurts.
they can support and do what it is they want, but I'll say for me, I lost a lot of a level of respect for each of them, right? But for
Yeah.
me, I would say there's nothing that you could offer me 47, right? If I had their statue, right? And I had their gifts, their talents, and their notoriety, their fame. There's nothing you could offer me to go stand up on stage and bounce around singing my songs, old songs, whatever it is they
Absolutely
get.
not.
And then
There's
I'm gonna go
nothing.
right back to my hood, right back to my family, right back to I wonder how you sleep at night. But you know what? That also, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. So if we can answer this, what Will said.
Yeah.
Will said, I read they questioned the birthright citizenship of Native American. They absolutely did. And this is the way that they did it. So under the 14th Amendment, now hear me out because I'm about to say something that's going to make people shiver.
Okay.
Trump said it was originally established for slave children, and it was that because back then, of course, slaves were property; they were not citizens. So, because the original slaves was brought over, they did not have naturalization, but their children did. So that rule, that amendment was made for them. Now it was changed to all persons, which means anybody that came into this land could, and they were born here, could get it. Native Americans were an exempt. The reason why even though they was here first,
okay,
they were exempt because they were able to have dual citizenship. They have U.S. citizenship, but they also have citizenship in their tribe. They're non-tax paying. They are the largest receivers of federal and state grants across the board. Under Elon Musk, they get the second largest. Um, they have so much money. They do payday loans. All of them payday loans. If you read your terms and conditions, they tell you what tribe it come from because they're not regulated. That's why they charge you 349%. No, I'm not lying. That is their percent. It's 349. I never knew that could even exist.
Mm-hmm.
So the land was given to them. It was reserved for them, but that doesn't mean they own it.
Mm.
So they put those words in. It was reserved for them. Not only that, they were slave owning. So because they were slave owning, especially the Chickasaw Nation, when slavery was abolished, they had to give their slave citizenship and 40 acres and a mule, because the rule was let them free, give them 40 acres and a mule. So the slaves that was of the Chickasaw Nation, they was like, well, they can't be Chickasaw. So they just had no citizenship, black people that was their slave, but they had 40 acres and a mule. So they met that requirement. But because they don't pay taxes, because they have dual citizenship, just like Puerto Ricans, that is in Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
they are a part of the United States, but they can't vote. They don't pay taxes unless they're over here on the lower 48.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, they're worried too, because and it's a big if, because you really can't touch with the Constitution like that. If that 14th Amendment goes away, they are too.
Mm.
So yes, I did my fact check, and I wanted to make sure I was right about that. That is what's going on with the Native Americans. So that's why they don't raise it up. And I'm like, about time, because y'all was sitting it out. Y'all thought y'all was good. But those federal grants that Trump talking about apply to them first. They got out of the federal grants, out of the $990 million worth of grants, they got 37%. I believe 37%. Then the second two groups was Asian and Asian subcontinent Asian and Asian. So they got two groups. And then you got Latinos. Then you got blacks, which had 3.8% of that 900 million. Come on now, that ain't no money compared to the 37% they got. Most where I work in the DC area, majority of the contracts are Chenega tribal, Chickasaw Nation, and then they got two other ones. They're everywhere. And the casinos are not taxed because it's on their reservation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you think Trump want to get a hold of that, don't you really truly think that he's already said he want to turn Gaza into a resort? He said, yeah, that's waterfront property. Dude is thinking. And y'all have to listen. The man is telling you exactly what he's going to do. Like, we can't sit there and say, oh, he can't do that. Even if it's a temporary setback, because he did it, the man is going to do it. There's a reason he's going after Greenland.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why he wants the Panama Canal. He don't want Panama. He wants the canal. He wants the only access that we have of a quicker shipment to get to the United States. Oh, he gonna bankrupt something, but he did it 6 times. So what? It's the American way.
Mm-hmm.
He figured
out how to use the debt to his advantage. So yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I wrote the ebook, The Code of Trump, Maximizing the American Way. Use those tax codes, use those bankruptcy, use all of it. If you work, use your EAP, use your short-term disability. Don't let them stress you out. Greenland has a lot of natural resources, but they ain't going down without a fight. And tomorrow is the big day because he's supposed to do the big tariff hike in Canada, and Canada is ready to turn the lights off on Northern. They're gonna turn the lights off.
He messing with my coffee now because they don't want to on my coffee. So, but I also have Starbucks, but some of the coffee comes from other countries, and
Colombia, they was
you
fighting
get-
over coffee and flowers.
okay. So I don't know how this next week gonna go. So y'all pray for me.
But the biggest thing is Canada and Mexico being our two, and China, of course. But right now, the battle is with Canada and Mexico.
Hmm.
And they've been talking to the UN because the whoever runs the United Kingdom made a whole statement because they said you need to tell us, are you siding with the United States or siding with us, which is letting us know the shit is about to hit the fan.
They're trying to align. Yeah, they're
They're
forming an
if they
alliance.
align, they've already did BRICS, which is trying to bring their monies together as a collective to outweigh the dollar. And if our dollars are no longer have its value, come on, people. Think about it. Like we have to be more smart. We
Yeah,
don't we have to be more smart. We need to listen to what they're saying, not to get our emotions worked up to all of that. We need to pay attention.
yeah, absolutely. Read between the lines. Read between the lines. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Um, listen. So listen. I love this conversation, and just before we got a few moments, but just before we log out for tonight, I want to again encourage everybody. Let's be intentional, not just this next
Uh,
month, but especially the month of February, but even thereafter. Let's be more intentional about where we spend our dollars, how we spend our dollars, how long we can circulate it in the Black community.
let's really show them
Yeah,
what we
absolutely.
mean. Let's stand on business. We
Okay.
don't have to get out there and punch them in the face. No, we can, but we should. We know we're not going to do that. We're going to show them that, all right, I'm not going to swipe my card there.
Okay.
Let's
Absolutely.
stand on business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's the only thing we can do and band together.
Yeah.
Because if we put our resources together,
Yeah. Yeah. And I would also ask, when you find again some good Black resources, tag Regal Mindset so that we can share it on our platform and share with other people.
absolutely.
Please. Please. We gotta
That's
take
what
care
we're
of each
here
other.
for.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to take care of each other. Anything else you want to say? I mean, I don't want to mention these folks that we had to call to the front of the room. They know what's up.
They know what's good for.
Hmm.
I just, if I could say, be intentional, but be knowledgeable. Don't go off of these Facebook posts unless it's somebody you trust. Do your research. Don't just hear something in the wind. Oh my God, Trump did. Find out what it is. Find out how it affect you before you go start wanting to go jump playing traffic.
All right.
Because what we're really seeing is what we say the flood of the zones, which is a tactic that people use to throw out so much stuff to overwhelm you that you're not paying attention to what they're really doing.
Yep.
When Trump, and I'm giving real quick examples, when Trump said, I'm putting a freeze, what was one of the things he did? He put the
You stop
freeze
federal
on,
employment, and
yeah,
you put a hold on federal benefits, and a
right.
lot of those
Let's go with the
benefits.
federal benefits. He said
Yeah.
all federal benefits, but then the next day they came back. Well, we're not going to do SNAP. We're not going to do Medicaid. They started tapering it down to, okay, so which benefit did you put a hold on? But we're so worried about free lunch when our kid take a lunch to school. Listen, they're going to eat themselves
Hmm.
because if they can't put us on the menu, they're going against each other. Everybody knows in history they will fight against each other. Let them fight. Let them create. If you know that you're not a DEI hire, what you worried about? It doesn't mean black. It's white women and white men. They think they're competent. Let's see.
Hmm.
Let's see. He ain't got to put the pen down. He does. This man is on a vendetta. He told y'all he was coming after everybody who did something to him.
Hmm. I want to know how the folks who picked them, how they feeling.
I hope they haven't felt it yet. You know why they haven't felt
Woo!
it yet?
Why?
Not now, the immigrants, they're feeling it. But the main ones, I'm talking about them low grade, very, very impoverished individuals, they haven't felt it yet because he hasn't reached their level.
Mm-hmm.
He's hitting everybody federally because it was, remember, and again, we're about to wrap it up. Remember, the court case was the United States versus Donald Trump. Who is he going after? The United States. The writing has been there this whole time. He's going after the United States versus Donald Trump, and he doesn't care. He don't care who gets ran over. He's gonna have a fallout with Elon, and then Elon gonna start telling stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
already know what's going. I feel it.
Well, they broke up sometime earlier this week. He told him he had to coordinate with somebody else. So they already having relationship issues.
Elon, because Elon is getting booed. Elon was that kid that didn't get enough attention in school, but instead of shooting up the school, he got rich and buy everything. That's Elon.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But hey, listen, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You be black and be luxurious because that's what we are.
Okay.
And if your
Absolutely.
job acting crazy, you start acting crazy and call EAP, get that case number, and go on short term, let them pay your full salary. Don't let them play with your money.
Okay.
I don't know why people acting like them benefits don't exist.
Listen.
You ain't listen. And then too, don't quit. You can't get
I got that email.
unemployment.
Yeah. Man, I wish I would.
Yeah, don't quit. You can't get unemployment. You get fired. But before you get fired, you take short term for 6 months and then let the doctor say you really stressed out and then go on long term and then sit down for a little bit while you go get you another job.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. She just gave you the plan. She gave you the plan.
I
All
just
right.
don't want us to keep being dumb. And I think we can't keep playing the dumb game.
Right. Lack of information.
People
Yeah, that's
perish for the
exactly what
lack
it
of
is.
knowledge.
Yeah. That's real. Yeah. Well, listen, it has been a pleasure. We appreciate each and every one of you who have liked, comment, and shared and provided us your input. Uh, Join us back here next week. Tell your cousin, tell your aunties, your uncles, children, adult children, so on and so forth. We want to both encourage you all to keep a regal mindset, continue to stay connected to us, and we will see you all next week. It was great.